What's happening, everyone? My name is Brian Mello. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things automotive, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. We've got Porsche and Audi potentially moving some production to the US. We've got Teslas now driving themselves from the factory to the loading area. The Dodge Dakota might be making a comeback. GM is being investigated for engines blowing up, and nobody is buying the Dodge Charger. Nobody. But let's start with the Porsche and Audi production news, because when I talked about this on my Instagram account and on TikTok, I sort of jokingly said that we might be getting American-built 911s. Of course, I don't believe that we're going to get American-built 911s. However, according to some reports coming out of Germany, VW is considering moving some of its Audi and Porsche production to the United States. And it's because they need to try and avoid some of the impact that Donald Trump's tariffs could potentially have on the company. Now, currently, neither Porsche or Audi build any cars here in the States. And if the reports are correct, they're considering utilizing Volkswagen's existing assembly plant, the one that's located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as well as the new Scout Motors plant, which is located in South Carolina. Now, that plant is supposed to come online sometime next year. It'll probably be late fall, is my guess, if not early 2026. As for the vehicles that they would be building there, I think it's probably going to make the most sense for them to be building SUVs and EVs. That's what those factories are already tooled for. That is the most likely scenario in my opinion, but we're going to have to wait and see what really happens with the tariffs, because as of right now, and the news is moving so fast, I do believe that they're all on pause. Of course, that could change really quickly March 1st. Now, the video that you're looking at right now, this was posted by the Tesla AI account on X, formerly known as Twitter. I still end up calling it Twitter half the time. But what you're looking at are brand new Model 3s and Model Ys, leaving the supercharger station at the Fremont factory in California with, of course, nobody behind the wheel. And then they're driving themselves to a separate parking lot down the street where they line themselves up and then wait to be loaded onto trailers for delivery. Now, I totally get that some people hate Tesla or Elon Musk and have some political leanings in one way or another that makes them lose their minds when it comes to Tesla. For me, I just think this is cool. I'm into automotive. I like the tech. This is the kind of stuff that you thought might happen in the future when you were a little kid. So to see it really happening now, it's just fun. And as much as I still love my internal combustion cars, I also love watching the evolution of the technology and the evolution of the automotive industry as a whole. And yes, you can actually enjoy both. You don't have to be like hardline all on one side. That's actually kind of a lot more fun. But I'm sure most of you remember the old Dodge Dakota. Well, there is actually a chance that the Dodge Dakota will be making a comeback, because right now Ram has a massive hole in its current truck lineup when it comes to a midsize offering. They just don't even have one. And the midsize segment is continuing to gain steam year over year, especially probably with how expensive the full-size trucks have gotten. It's nuts. Pricing's crazy. Now, a Stellantis executive has confirmed, at least according to a Mopar insider source, that the company will be re-entering the midsize segment in order to compete with vehicles like, the Ford Ranger, the Chevy Colorado, GMC Canyon, and yes, of course, the Toyota Tacoma. Now, the truck's market focus is expected to be in the North American market. However, it is also expected to be available globally. As of right now, we don't really have that much information. We have no projected launch date. We don't even know what platform that the truck is expected to be built on. But if I had to guess, Stellantis and Ram, they're going to want to start teasing this thing out to the public sooner than later. They could use some hype. Now, when it comes to the whole GM engine investigation, the news has kind of been everywhere. A lot of people have been asking, what are my thoughts on it? Here's what you need to know. As of right now, the problem is being investigated by the NHTSA. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It doesn't look great. They're looking at roughly 870,000 vehicles. Now, that doesn't mean that 870,000 vehicles have a bad engine, but they're looking into all the 6.2-liter L87 equipped full-size trucks and SUVs, specifically 2019 through 2024 GM 1500 pickups, as well as 2021 through 2024 full-size GM SUVs. So the Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon XL, and the Escalade. The issue, according to the investigation, is in regards to a potential connecting rod bearing failure, an issue that can cause the L87 engines to seize. Not great. Now, as of right now, remember, it is still just being investigated. So this isn't a recall. There's no reason to call your dealer and ask them to book you an appointment or anything like that. We're going to have to wait and see what happens as they conclude the investigation. And this could take a while. It could be 6 months, it could be a year. There's also a possibility that GM recognizes that this is kind of a more widespread problem, and they could go ahead and do a voluntary recall. But once again, there's still an investigation underway. Still don't know. Now, this is just from what I've seen online on the forums. It does seem like if the engine's going to have an issue, it happens sooner than later. Like first 10,000 miles. Once again, this is anecdotal. This is just stuff that I've seen online. It seems to be like we've seen engines blowing in like 10 miles on them. There was recently an article saying an Escalade at 4 miles. So I'm seeing more like those early on if you're going to have the issue, rather than like, I'm at 50, 60,000 miles, all of a sudden the truck blows up. So would that stop me from buying a 6.2? No, I understand. I'm kind of biased, but covered under warranty, I wouldn't really care. I still love the L87, love the 6.2, wouldn't really slow me down. Of course, once I find out more, I'll be sure to keep you all updated. Now, the last thing I wanted to quickly touch on in this video is the Dodge Charger inventory problem, because it is crazy. According to the guys over at CarEdge, the Dodge Charger, at least as of recording this video, currently has 1,755 days supply, which is, and I'm terrible at math, almost like 5 years? There's over 2,900 of them currently available for sale, and only 75 sold in the last 45 days. Nobody's buying the Dodge Charger. I have never seen an oversupply of inventory like this on a single model in my entire life. If someone has seen one, by all means, comment down below and let me know. Now, the good news is, if you do want to buy one of these, the discounts should be unbelievable. Dealers are probably willing to lose money to just get them off their lot at this point, get them off their floor plan so they're not paying interest on them. So expect to see some wild advertising, if not now, in the very near future. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know what you think of this format. I'm trying to decide how I want to go back about making YouTube videos again. Of course, I'm going to have some Z06 content. You guys saw the C8 Z06 video, but it's the middle of winter, so there's not too much I can do with the car right now. And I think rather than uploading like a short video every day going over a single subject or a single news story the same way that I do it on Instagram or TikTok, I figured combining a few news topics into one video would make a little bit more sense for YouTube. But I would love to hear your feedback, and if you made it this far in the video, you don't have to subscribe, but if you could at least hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching.